What if the person you're most afraid of disappointing doesn't actually care that much? Think about the last time you replayed a conversation in your head, worried you said the wrong thing, or hesitated to post something online because of what people might think. Here's the uncomfortable truth: most of that mental energy is spent managing a reaction that exists mostly in your imagination. Today we're talking about a psychological framework that quietly rewired how millions of people relate to approval, rejection, and freedom. It's not from Freud, and it's not from Jung. It comes from Alfred Adler, a founding figure of modern psychology whose ideas got overshadowed for almost a century, until a Japanese philosophy book brought them roaring back. Here's the core idea that changes everything: your past does not determine your future. Adler argued that we are not shaped by what happened to us, but by the meaning we decide to attach to it. Two people can go through the exact same hardship and come out with completely different lives, not because one had it easier, but because of the story each one chose to tell themselves about it. That single idea already breaks the excuse of, "I am who I am because of what happened to me." But Adler goes further, and this is where it gets genuinely useful. Point 1. Most of your anxiety comes from a task that was never yours. Adler called this the separation of tasks. Every situation involves a bundle of responsibilities, and most people mix their own responsibilities with someone else's. Whether your coworker respects your decision, that's their task. Whether your family understands your choices, that's their task. Your task is simply to act with honesty and integrity. When you stop trying to manage other people's feelings about your life, you get back an enormous amount of energy you didn't know you were spending. Point 2. The spotlight in your head is mostly empty. There's a well-documented psychological pattern called the spotlight effect, first studied by researchers at Cornell in the early 2000s. People consistently overestimate how much others notice their appearance, their mistakes, their choices. In reality, everyone is starring in their own movie, and you are, at most, a background extra in most of theirs. The fear of judgment is often louder than the judgment itself. Point 3. Real contribution doesn't require universal approval. This is the part people misunderstand. Letting go of the need to be liked isn't about becoming cold or self-centered. Adler believed genuine fulfillment comes from contribution, from adding something real to the people around you. But contribution built on people-pleasing is fragile, because it bends the moment someone disagrees. Contribution built on honesty is durable, because it doesn't need permission to continue. So here's how you actually apply this. First, before a decision drains you with worry, ask one question: is this actually my task, or am I carrying someone else's? If it's their opinion, their comfort, their expectation, you can set it down. Second, practice in small doses. Say the honest thing in a meeting. Wear what you actually like. Decline the plan you don't want to attend. None of these need to be dramatic. Courage is built in small repetitions, not one giant leap. Third, expect friction, and let it be fine. If nobody around you ever disagrees with you, that's usually not harmony, it's silence. Being disliked by the wrong people is often the price of being real with the right ones. There's research backing this up too. Studies on authenticity consistently link it to higher well-being, lower anxiety, and stronger relationships, not because people become more agreeable, but because they stop performing for an audience that was never really watching that closely in the first place. So the next time you catch yourself shrinking to avoid disappointing someone, ask yourself whose task that really is. You might find the audience you've been performing for was mostly in your head all along. This has been Neurovex's Studio. Stay curious, stay unapologetic, and we'll see you in the next one.